Let's talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin breaks all records, crosses $111,000 for the first time. Now, in a historic move, Bitcoin has surged past this mark and hitting a new all-time high and reigniting global interest in cryptocurrency markets. Now, the rally comes amid renewed optimism in the U.S. economy, regulatory clarity around crypto registration, and significant institutional inflows into Bitcoin ETFs. Investors and experts alike are now debating, is this the beginning of a new long-term bull cycle, or are we entering dangerous bubble territory once again? With regulation tightening and market dynamics shifting fast today, the big question that arises is about the future of Bitcoin and crypto at large. So let's dive into the trends, risk, and real potential behind this surge. I have with me Sumit Gupta, co-founder CoinDCX. Sumit, hi, evening, and welcome to the show. What do you think?
Thank you, Kavita.
First step towards a long-term bull run, or it's a bubble? Your comments.
I think definitely. I mean, I've been following the industry for almost 9 years now. I do believe this is the start of a rally, and I think this is going to continue for longer. Obviously, the volatility is going to be there, but if you ask me, I do see it as a start to a larger sort of cycle and less volatile than what the previous cycles have been because this is driven by fundamentals. This is driven by a smart capital, which is led by institutional investors. In fact, a lot of this price movement is driven by institutions and whales in the US. A lot of regulatory clarity is there. So if you look at all the fundamental signals, it all hints me that the rally is pretty strong. The momentum is good, and it is not at all bubble. Like if the market tells the truth, right? Bitcoin is the fifth largest asset by market cap, even bigger than Google, Amazon. So this is something which is a serious one.
How much of this is reflecting in your personal portfolio? I want to know your exposure to Bitcoin, and I want to know how much money have you made in your Bitcoin exposure in your portfolio today.
Yeah, now I think a lot of people the word. So
We all want to
I've
know
got
that,
into
yeah.
Bitcoin. Sure. No, I got into Bitcoin in year 2016 when it was around 1.5 lakh rupees. Obviously, I didn't invest a lot.
Okay,
It used to be a very
okay.
small part of my portfolio back then, but now it's like over 80-90% because of the price appreciation. And I do continue to hold it. I have no intent to sell it. I do want to hold it like a real, like how my father and my grandparents have sort of bought a piece of land and now it's worth a lot. So Bitcoin is like that asset class for people in my age, and they really understand and believe in the technology. So I don't have any intent to sell any, even a bit of that in the next 5 to 10 years at least.
Oh, that's lovely. But Sumit, I also want to understand the fundamental triggers now. Do you think that this rally is driven mostly by ETF inflows versus broader market sentiment, or the development, for stable regulatory framework? What exactly is the main trigger, or all of these are the factors? What do you say?
Yeah, I think it's a culmination of multiple things coming together. I think the industry has been also choked in the US because of the previous administration. With the Trump administration, which is a very pro crypto government, there is a lot of regulatory clarity that is coming in the US. There's just not regulatory clarity. I would say it's the tailwinds in the US that is leading to such a higher enthusiasm for Bitcoin and general. And I think we are just at the beginning of it. The more I speak to people in the US, they tell me that this is there's a lot of things that are in the pipeline. We also see, so one is regulatory clarity coming in. Second is it's also sort of last 2 3 years institutions have been waiting on the sidelines wanting to take exposure to Bitcoin, but now with the government being open about it, I think a lot of that is coming in now, which is leading to this rally of hitting a fresh record high of $111,000, and institutions are still entering. So this is not stopping. This is what people tell me, this has just started. So this time it's institutions first. In the previous cycle of 2021, it was retail first. Institutions were nowhere in the picture. And you know that when institutions do come, they come in like large quantities, billions of dollars. ETF alone, as of today, stands at $131 billion of AUM, which is over 5% of the entire Bitcoin market cap, which is just the beginning. I think there's a lot more capital that will come. Another data point, Kavita, I'd like to highlight is that as of now, if you look at the overall Bitcoin in circulation, because it's all publicly available on blockchain, you can just go and verify it. As of May 21, only 7% of Bitcoin supply is available for sale right now on exchanges. 93% of the Bitcoin supply is totally off exchanges, which is not available for sale. there is very high demand. People want to buy Bitcoin. There are less sellers. Like I am not selling. There are so many people who are not selling because they expect it to go $150,000, $200,000 in the next 12 months. So we see more and more demand coming up in Bitcoin, especially with increasing regulatory clarity. And we also expect supply squeeze ahead, which is also going to lead to price going up. And this is basically where we stand. And there are a lot of movement and bills that are about to get passed, converted into law. When that happens, we are also hearing that banks and some of these other large institutions will also start increasing their exposure. We are not even talking about Bitcoin strategic reserve, which is still in progress. When it gets passed, you can imagine another couple of $1 billion entering into this asset class. All of those are very bullish moves. I expect the price momentum to continue.
Sure. All right. So there are a few very important factors that you highlighted which are driving the Bitcoin momentum right now. I was speaking to a few experts earlier in the day, and everyone had to say that you cannot talk about the Bitcoin moment right now and compare with other cryptocurrency tokens also. Okay, you cannot talk about the entire crypto market going up, just how the Bitcoin prices are going up. Now, as very well explained by you, there is a demand supply crunch, a squeeze over there. But when you talk about the regulatory framework and the clarity over there, that will be coming upon on the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem. All right. Despite that, we are seeing Ethereum. I think there's been a correction over there. Even Solana has not done so great like how Bitcoin has done. So, do you think this kind of a trajectory in other crypto tokens will also continue despite the framework? And because there's demand and supply squeeze, we'll be seeing more momentum and the prices going up more for Bitcoin. Can that be said?
See, Kavita, the way it works in this industry or in crypto assets in general is that first Bitcoin shows momentum, and generally if Bitcoin goes up, pretty much the same momentum is seen in altcoins as well. Very rarely we have seen that Bitcoin, like let's say if you look at over a 30-day period, Bitcoin is up, let's say 15%, and Ethereum and Solana and a lot of these altcoins are down by 20%. Rarely it happens. It may happen if there is some news that comes. So everything goes in tandem, everything sort of is in sync generally. Bitcoin, of course, being a large asset class, shows, let's say if it goes up by 5% in a day or in a week, then other altcoins, because they are more risky, they are bound to sort of fluctuate more and bound to give more returns if the market is in upward trend. Bitcoin is more safe, so institutions essentially get into Bitcoin more. That's the reason why you see Bitcoin first showing leading indicators of price going up, and then gradually that money into Bitcoin then flows into altcoins and some of the other lower market cap crypto assets. And that's the trend that has been there for last 7, 8 years since the time I've been into this industry. And I do believe that regulatory clarity first starts with Bitcoin. Like we have Bitcoin ETF, we have Ethereum ETF. We are also expecting Solana, Ripple ETF coming soon. And this essentially extends just like how it happens in stock market, right? So
Sure,
yes, I
sure.
do believe that. Yeah.
All right, so you said it all. It's the beginning of a long-term bull run, and more clarity in terms of regulatory framework, the better it is will be for all the crypto tokens. And thank you so much for being on the show and helping our viewers understand this moment of Bitcoin today. Thanks.
Thank you, Kavita.
All right.